Hey, I'm Dadler, and well, I got here with me for commentary, Stormraid.
Hello.
And as for the runners, we have some quite special guests here. First of all, the mastermind behind Summer Segment Scramble, Hossel.
Hi.
And we have Illuminati, the mastermind behind basically every single All-Star run.
Yo.
Alright. We are going to be heading off to Storm to speak about something.
Yeah, I do that. I tend to do that. I do speak about things.
Something for sure. Yeah.
We do have a very exciting matchup here at our hands. Two, well, on paper, evenly matched players, and I can't wait to take it over to the veto, which is obviously the next step in our procedure here. Still a couple of categories we haven't seen yet, so Hossel, you being the lower seeded player, you may decide if you want to start vetoing or if you want to give that over to Illuminati.
I think I will capitalize on this opportunity because, well, as Dadler said, Illuminati is kind of an all-star jumps aficionado, and even though I try to be that, I'm not the guy, so I'm banning ASJ as my first pick.
Right, and from now on you just take turns. Just make sure for the last one, I actually don't know who that is, but whoever has the last, well, choice, just make sure you tell us what you want to ban and not what you want to pick, just so we, are on the same level. Yeah, Illuminati, take it away.
You must have missed my race against Balux. But yeah, I will ban Epsilon.
Ah, shucks. Alright, in that case, kind of a tough choice. Let me ban Blitzplay.
Reverpercent.
Countryside.
Third way.
Okay, getting a little exciting. But now, see, this is kind of shit, because I would be super happy with Deep Inside, but we just played that, like... Can I trust you to ban Fresh Meat if I ban Deep Inside, Nari?
I mean, I don't know all races, so...
Okay, well, in that case, I ban Deep Inside.
Yeah, I'll ban all races.
Alright. Holy hell. So we are playing Fresh Meat, the most Switch-dependent segment of them all. Are you guys hyped for this?
Yeah?
Not really, I hate this segment. So I just don't know our races,
Everyone
so I
does.
have no chance.
I think everyone does, to be fair. We are going to go into a short intermission now, and after that, we will be ready to go.
And welcome back. I am thrilled, maybe not by the choice of segment, but also just looking at the PB stat itself is just like already a little bit juicy. We should have a bang of a matchup ahead of us, and Fresh Meat, it's not really a fan favorite, but still, we're in for one hell of a time. And Dadler, do you just want to take us into this with the countdown?
Yeah, thank you very much for the honor. Runners, are you ready? Hossel?
Yes!
Yeah,
Illuminati?
ready.
Alright, so we are going to start in 3, 2, 1. Let's go.
Good luck.
Good luck.
Good luck, Nari.
Alright,
Did
and
not
now
hear that.
yeah, we are off to playing one of the most hated segments in the entirety of GTA 5 because of the RNG heavy load. Starting off, we are driving off with a bike from Trevor's trailer towards where?
Well, towards the train tracks, because, well, this mission obviously is just like one of those smaller heists that the game has in store for us, where we're just trying to, well, derail the train that is coming through with a lot of valuables and trying to get something for Martin.
Nice pun there. I'm not sure if that was intended or not.
It was. I made that too often this event already.
All right. The train that we are going to jump on, which is the first really important and crazily difficult thing, actually. Although you have multiple attempts to jump onto the train, you need a perfect lineup for it.
You do. It's really not difficult. And into my number one reason why I hate this segment, because I am really bad at this. Let's see the runners go for it. Hossel actually at first try, so he does have a little bit of an edge of Illuminati, who was slightly ahead. But actually cannot really tell how much of a difference that made. Yeah, I can see Hossel.
Really interesting fact from what I learned from Hando, for example, is whenever you trigger the cutscene, you literally trigger the checkpoint. So if you fall off, you literally spawn on the train again.
Yeah,
good to keep in mind.
We both, I think, know that from Hando Classic. Both run that category, didn't we?
Yeah, we are definitely not really close on like time-wise, right? Just like 29 seconds apart in an 11 and yeah.
Great times. We do be. Hando Classic is just really, I think we can, most of us at least the people who tried it can agree, it's one of the, if not the coolest categories we have available to us in GTA 5, and it was a pleasure running it personally.
Yeah, it's super chill, super lean back, just like now, as we are just holding W, and probably someone like Hossel just put a tungsten cube or something on the W key. Yeah, and we are off to switch to the boat section.
Yeah, obviously both runners remember to load into Prologue to remove their waves, ain't that right? Seeing no waves here whatsoever for either of them, so looking very nice. Also looking down a little bit. I don't know if that's just one of his FPS shenanigans.
As you can see, Illuminati is really mastering the boat bounce, and Hossel just attempted that a bit later, I think, which is why Illuminati is quicker at the cutscene.
Yeah, he is ahead again, even though Hossel was on 5 to 10 seconds ahead, maybe, going into the train section. So really surprising how Illuminati pulled ahead now.
Yes, get your ass in there, Mikey!
I think he missed.
Maybe, I'm really not sure what he did there, but going into one of the cooler shootouts, you can see immediately a difference in strats as Illuminati tries to go and succeeds, and the RPG strat is also just mows them down with the minigun.
Exactly. Also, really interesting that no one here uses the Hossel does the infrared function of the sniper to take out the upcoming heli from the left.
Yeah, I like using that a lot personally. I find that very comfy. Once again, we see a difference in strat as Illuminati tries to go for, I believe he has auto aim, at least it looks a little like it.
So don't let that keep you.
Although he struggles quite a bit, taking out the snipers with the auto aim. And now transitioning to the sniper section, where he just takes on the parachuters. And a couple of missed shots on both of their sides makes them close to equal.
Yeah, they are definitely neck and neck right now. Let's see how, or if anyone actually beaches the boat, which is fairly common from practice, sadly.
Yeah, it does happen very easy, and in the situations that you'd like to avoid it the most, for example, a turning. So we'll see how they manage here.
My eyes are definitely on Hossel because
of course, the content machine.
Yeah, it's Hossel. After all.
I believe in them. I believe in both of them. I think they will all both be fine. Maneuvering the plane, I was gonna say, the boat through these very narrow.
I mean, it's not really a mistake to call it a plane because literally it handles like a plane on water.
That is true.
It's just a case of how do you land with the boat that it doesn't instantly snap to one place or another.
Yeah, exactly, right? You have to be very cognizant of the waves. Just make sure that you don't land in an unfortunate place where you then get bounced to the side. And we can see hossel actually like made a little bit of ground here. He has to take out the heli manually, but he is ahead of Illuminati.
There's somewhere we can pull up.
Exiting this first mission. A lot of back and forths here.
Yeah. Also, both are doing the boat bounce again. Illuminati actually took a different route to hossel. He took a shortcut on the left side of the bridge instead of what hossel did of taking the main exit, like from the river there. And hossel definitely in the lead.
Yeah, I got this cutscene at 6:01. Let's take a look at Illuminati. We're like a 10-ish second lead actually for hossel here. 11, 12. Oh, this triggers kind of late. 13 seconds almost ahead for hossel. Does not go for the quick switch strat, but neither seems. Yeah, Illuminati doesn't go either. So still very much equal.
Yeah. I'm actually looking forward to this match, not gonna lie. Because
me too.
They are really neck and neck.
Yeah, I think me and hossel talked about this a lot over the past few days, how they are very equal runners, just in base skill. I would dare say hossel is slightly better, at least was better in his prime, quote unquote. But we also know that he just like kind of took a little bit of a step back. Initially, wasn't even sure if he wanted to participate in this tournament. So yeah, Illuminati, one of the more active runners here, doing any % classic runs, day in and day out, pretty much. Seeing how these two fare against each other, that's fun. I was really looking forward to this, and I can't wait for this.
So, for explanation, why does hossel now call Amanda for some reason?
Please go ahead.
Alright, it's just to interrupt some dialogue that just delays the dialogue, so it gets played later, so that the cutscene triggers earlier. That way we actually gain some time. It's like 3 seconds, most. Just some small quirks here and there, right? Just some small strats and improvements. Just to make the game a bit more faster.
Yeah, exactly. We do have a lot of those micro optimizations. It do be like that when the game has been out for 10 years. So we found a lot of stuff, and yeah, people are pointing it out in chat already. Yeah, hossel has some very low FPS, notoriously struggling a little with his CPU bottlenecked.
Yeah, I mean, I already bought him a CPU. Maybe I need to invest one more.
Maybe the CPU is the only thing holding him back from triumph and glory here in Summer Second Scramble 2. Although, he's been pretty good so far. He's significantly ahead of Illuminati by the time being. For the time being.
That is true. That is true. The small minigame, cutting underwater, which is one of the most disgusting things in this entire game, in my opinion, because you literally, even if you try to do it fast, you always screw up at least one of the cuts.
Yeah, it's, I believe 35 of those you have to do. It just really makes you wonder how hard it would have been to just make it like a little bit smaller, the grid a little bit, I don't know, less dense, I guess. So it can like be a 5x5 one, a 5x4 one, or a 7x. Well, actually, it's a 7x4, so it's 28 only. But yeah, it do be atrocious, and another one of those. Well, this time it's not a drive, it's a dive, but it still is one of those really long sections where you just hold W. And this really being the manifestation of this segment is what I hate so much about.
When you said the gate not being cut a bit smaller, there's actually a lore reference to that, where Trevor actually said that Michael is, or like, has gotten really, really fat. therefore, maybe he needs a bigger hole there. I don't know.
Maybe he does, maybe he does. That is actually a very, very good explanation for this. Michael, obviously, after years of retirement, is surely not the fittest person ever.
I mean, he did yoga.
He did do yoga. Technically in a full game, like a few hours ago. But he did do yoga. There's still hope for him. And bike riding on Dioge.
Yeah. Some sportive activities. And in Hando, you also did tennis and the triathlons and yeah. Still
Yes,
not,
he's not a lost cause, right? He's not a lost cause.
yes. I believe no one is a lost cause if they actually get their act together.
Yeah, that is a very good way to look at it, and holy, Hossel is quite far ahead, actually.
How did he shortcut so much with so low FPS? Maybe the low FPS are the key to swimming faster.
Maybe. Some investigation will probably be conducted very soon. As people in chat are saying 28 seconds ahead for Hossel. Damn.
Round to the right.
That's a long way. It only takes one explosion from Hossel while driving
it does.
to fall way back behind.
Yeah, and we all know him, don't we? So, ragdolls. He did that previously too. Yeah, we're looking very, very solid so far. I do want to dare say that Hossel, I mean, he did this a lot in full game runs back in the day, but I do want to say that Illuminati is probably, at least with the more recent strats, a little bit more experienced than Hossel. So I'm wondering how well Hossel can hold up towards the later stages of this, if he nails all the new strats and all.
We can actually see that right now with the new strat. Oh, with the taser strat. Oh, right, Hossel does it. It's not really new, right?
No, it
it's
really isn't.
been out for a year or something, but new in the way of us running, right? And Hossel running.
Yeah, Hossel obviously, this was, I believe this was still found in the prime Omo days, so didn't get a lot of attention early on, and I could have totally seen, I'm not sure actually, but I could have totally seen Hossel just skip over this thread when he came back to running no Omo around a year ago.
It's something that I would have thought that he would have skipped as well. For the shootout now, Hossel is pretty far ahead already. Let's see if he can run back and block the cover on the third one. No, he can't, but on the second cover spot. So he's gonna block 2 cover spots for Dave, so that Dave doesn't take his sweet ass time to just take cover from nothing.
Yeah, exactly. Dave is being really, really slow here. In the meantime, Illuminati does have a little bit of, I'd say even movement issues at first, as he tried to collect the health pack twice and failed to do so. Now going to grab the one very late, and I think only being able to get one Dave block in 2, so Hossel really pulling ahead here. I am not sure, but I do believe he's actually doing this with auto aim still. I'm not sure.
Looks like it. It kind of looks like some flicky parts. Yeah, he's definitely doing it with auto aim.
Yeah, and that obviously, being, I don't want to say like a huge disadvantage, but still, it is a disadvantage. Illuminati, of course, is a PC player, just, I guess, feels more comfortable with the controller. Which I couldn't imagine ever, but he prefers it.
If he prefers it, yeah. I mean, coming down to controller usage or keyboard usage, especially with flying, for example, it's all personal preference, just as we mentioned in the tutorial series.
True. And speaking of, if you are keen to get into GTA 5 speedrunning as well, looking at this riveting gameplay unfolding in front of your eyes, we do have a full tutorial playlist put together. We do have a very helpful and big community that is always willing to answer your questions, and, well, in general, just a very fun run, I feel like, all things considered. So, if you're interested, go ahead and join the Discord. I do believe it's linked down somewhere. Yeah, there's a Discord link down below if you just scroll down a little. And join us. It's fun.
Oh, Illuminati hit the mountain with the crate. Mm-hmm. With the very fragile nerf agent.
How careless of him, really.
Hopefully he doesn't explode or anything, right?
It'll be fine.
Now for delivering the crate onto the flatbed, which is kind of hard to do from just flying over it and hovering over it, because you never know when the game actually allows you to release it.
Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of this thread either. And speaking of me saying that there's time lost from Illuminati due to the auto-aim, not true at all. He's down to 14 seconds.
Interesting. He is somewhat getting closer. Does that really have something to do with the auto-aim or with the good helicopter flying?
That is a very good question indeed. I didn't analyze them in that much depth, but what I do know is that after we complete another one of those really long, really boring drives, we do have a switch coming up. And while most of them are fine, so it's not that bad, if you get the one very bad one, well, hossel could really pull ahead, or actually fall behind Illuminati. So, first real break point of the run, I want to say.
Let's see if hossel can actually select the C4, because he has struggled with that in the past.
Yeah, he has. So I am curious as well. Or
he
as if he heard us.
Yeah, he just did that.
Very cool.
Maybe he can also then actually throw it in the right spot and blow himself up. Let's see if he's capable of that.
I'm sure he will be.
Oh, Illuminati.
Yeah. And he managed.
He managed to do it, alright. Oh, Illuminati! Holy fuck, that's a jump!
Ah, little wicked. Didn't trigger the yellow dot actually, so...
Yeah, I think he missed it by just an inch, and
yeah, that was very, very close, wasn't it?
Yeah, and just had to drive
and
back.
hossel, we spoke of
bad
it.
Switch.
We got the bad switch. Alright,
wow.
let's see Illuminati, because obviously not a given.
That's a good switch.
Just get one, yeah. So Illuminati, well, yeah, he is ahead now. You can see that very well on the timing of initiating the hangout. Not bad, but he did pull out.
That's the.
Oh my god, hossel! And he almost got run over by his own car. That would have been a hossel moment and a half. What the hell? It doesn't stop with this guy.
Dialing. No.
Very good.
As we said already, very RNG dependent and switch dependent segment shows right now, but we have still how many switches?
That was close.
At the very least, I mean, what is hossel doing? They just wanted to give Trevor the Buffalo. You know, I'm pretty sure I saw at least a sports car. I'm not sure which exactly it was, but I did see a sports car drive past him. So not sure why he did that. But yeah, switches. We do have surveying, and we do have Pac-Man at the very least.
That's a funny way to greet your cousin. You ain't my G-damn cousin, Trevor.
Gonna be some fun stuff still coming up, and surveying. Well, should not make a huge difference, but might, and Pac-Man can obviously be completely flipping the script, right?
Yes, definitely. What you just saw from hossel, and what he actually did trigger, is the early cutscene or like mission entry for what's the mission? What's the mission name?
Hang 10.
For Hang 10. Thank you very much, Storm. You basically climb the ladder so that you initiate the dialogue already and start the mission, and so you don't have to walk up the entire stairs.
Yeah, exactly. Recently found out that that was actually discovered by my good friend Rick Jones. Yeah, apparently so, unless hossel spread misinformation. If so, well, if there's ever a stage to call him out on stream live, then it's this one. As he's making his way to Hangton.
Hossel did a very unoptimal jump, but he still managed to land it. The repo jump.
Hey, Trevor just called about the
repo jump that we actually did so many times on this run, potentially at least. Did see it earlier in dramatic fashion on the previous game, where I believe it was Pietro who went flying like crazy. Yeah, we do have confirmation.
So Illuminati gets outside switch.
Switch, very good. And hossel, not too far behind actually.
I almost made it home.
He's a whole switch animation behind, though. He still has the phone call, or not. Illuminati is setting up the ledge buffer now.
It was good outside.
And also outside. All right.
Good, nice on the trigger. Moving into... I don't even know what the worst... Oh, no, sorry, my apologies. The worst mission of the segment is Pac-Man, of course. I hate that mission. But a very strong contender here. Surveying. It is just really boring.
I really don't know why you would hate Pac-Man.
I think the actual answer to that is just skill issue. Because I'm really, really bad at that. I don't even want to say bad, but I think I just always fuck this mission up for some reason. I remember the last time I did a full game run, it was the snow race. I think I lost like 3 minutes there because I fucked up the final cop straight once or maybe even twice. I was too ashamed. I blocked that away from my memory.
Did you just see that Illuminati got the forced like the stencil?
Yeah,
he didn't trigger. He didn't trigger the yellow dot. No, he did trigger the yellow dot. What you are not supposed to do, because you are supposed to drive by it, and therefore they are like also really caught up.
Yeah, that looked very, very close now, especially because now I can't go for the fast stretch. So I'm actually not sure how close they are now. That is looking really close, actually.
9 seconds.
Yeah, Illuminati is still a little bit ahead. Ooh, yeah. Oh, he also won, didn't he? Is he aware?
I think he is aware now.
He doesn't seem to be aware. Ooh, this could hurt.
Oh, hossel. He didn't get the checkpoint. Oh no, he got into the car too early.
This is, well, the runs are falling apart for both of them at the same time, and we're here to witness the chaos that does bless us, but I would dare say... Oh, Illuminati is aware. Just gonna say, like, the mission failure should have dealt with that anyway. I actually forgot there was a thing. But yeah, hossel, that was a pretty major setback here, and that hurts a lot. I don't know how much they lost him, but...
The runs were going so good, and now all of a sudden, within 3 minutes, we just have mayhem.
Yeah, we do. I was gonna say, I don't think he had the dot. What Drake just said in chat, that does check out. I'm not sure what hossel did there.
It worked. It worked somehow. It didn't.
Hossel, no! This is maybe where my bias comes through a little bit, but I don't think anyone loves to see a run. I don't want to say a run getting decided like that, but I'm not even sure if God Switch versus Beach Switch could really salvage that now. That is a huge time loss for hossel. And... oh, that hurts my soul a little bit. That does hurt my soul.
Yes, mine as well. The thing is, Illuminati can still also fuck up.
Obviously, there's a lot to fuck up on this. I just mentioned it like 30 seconds ago.
What
the
is
Pac-Man
hossel
drive.
doing?
This hossel goes flying.
You're gonna find someone willing to get
He's just enjoying the run right now, I believe. Maybe he's not. Maybe he's just as aggressive as in the showcase earlier.
I do expect him to be a little angry, because that is not how you want to lose. Like, I don't think... I think hossel wasn't very optimistic. Like, super safe now, apparently. I think hossel was very optimistic about his chances in this, due to his aforementioned lack of practice. But I don't think this is how anyone would want this to go down. Like... ooh... painful, and I don't want to measure this now.
People are already getting really impatient and saying start intermission now.
I cannot stand this segment either, so I cannot blame you. But well, you have basically the same amount of action on screen right now as you would in intermission, right? So it's basically.
What about here for the
Yeah, that is not entirely true because of the interviews that we made.
True. Although we don't always have it. So it's like a 50-50 chance, I guess, whether or not you have more or less interaction, say action on intermission than what you have here.
That is true.
And yeah, Illuminati getting some bridges while he's waiting. And with Hossel being Hossel, I am afraid of any high buildings, cranes, or similar stuff. The people who watch Best of Twitch are aware. Hossel could make this section be interesting. If any person can, then Hossel.
Yeah, he tends to fail in a lot of weird ways, right? Like for example, one time I know he crashed into the into the crane. One time he actually landed on the floor, just like flipped.
Yeah, exactly.
And it's just really interesting what he gets together sometimes.
Yeah, I'm...
I think they might be in the tunnel. Don't worry, it's a straight road. It's on the other side.
Yeah, Hossel is joking about it, although I am not sure how, you know, and how funny of a mood, let's say, he is actually, because I do think he's not very happy with this.
Illuminati apparently very happy as he is pulling up Princess Robot Bubblegum, and maybe we can watch a full entire episode here as Hossel makes its way down to the drop-off or the interchange of the security trucks.
Exactly, to the tunnel. Riveting gameplay. Helicopter flow.
Looking for a big asshole.
It's amazing.
Hold the chopper here.
But what can we do?
Just as amazing as our special merch.
Looks good. Looks good.
My mind.
Thank you very much. In chat right now, and also down at the bottom, you can see the merch that Hossel himself designed personally, and very, very high quality stuff. I hope you get one because every single merch item will be conducted to the prize pool.
Exactly, everything you get in terms of subs, donations, bits, anything that you can come up with goes directly into the prize pool and is given back to you, so to say. You can just make your own life, I guess, a little easier, or the ones of your fellow runners. It is nice, and honestly, the merch also looks super fucking cool. So like, if you don't want to just throw money into the prize pool, as Marcus just gifts one sub, thank you a lot. You can also just buy some merch and benefit yourself because, well, let's say console Hossel a little after what just happened to him. Make the gal smile because he worked very hard on this and the merch turned out super great in my opinion.
That is true. That is true. Really great designs, and actually, speaking about the designs and stuff, all the layouts as well were designed solely by Hossel, and all the graphics, which is an insane amount of work, and we just have to thank Hossel in that regard. I would advise chat, please offer your respect by clapping or
please do.
showing him
join
love.
it too.
Like this is really insane what he did for the entire community.
Indeed. Very, very happy with the entire production of this tournament. Many people worked their asses off to make this happen, and we, I think, can speak for all of us in saying that we are honored to be part of it, and at the same time, I do want to say that I think we are all also very, very proud in what we managed to achieve here, and we got this event running the way we did with almost no problems.
Almost, yeah. Only a bit of stress and everything. I'm also really proud to be a part of the entire team, right? To be influencing decisions somewhat, and also just crash into a replica truck. Do you mind explaining why Hossel is actually driving here and now just switching away?
Of course. So this game has like a little bit of a, I guess, mechanic when it comes to switching around characters, as in it just kinda, I don't know how exactly technically speaking works, but when you swap characters, the game kinda puts you on like a predetermined position almost, as in like the game expects the other vehicle while you swap to the other one to advance by itself. So by driving at this very specific point, yeah, also did hospital warp, driving to this very specific point, we can actually, you know, inch ourselves a little further, and I don't know how much this saves. I remember this being found, but I don't remember how much it saves. Couple seconds for sure, by just, you know, strategically positioning ourselves and switching around.
It actually saves a lot more than you might think, because otherwise you would literally have to drive the entire way to up the hill through the tight sections of Vinewood, and it's just a pain with the traffic and everything.
Yeah, I do remember this being found was, at least for me, quite exciting, because once again, this was just another one of those boring drives. This was almost, you know, goes for a dive. Can't blame me.
I mean, just to cool down, right?
yeah, like honestly, cool off a little after this, well, a little bit problematic start, we shall say. As we have another one of those, I didn't mention it for Illuminati because we were busy looking at Hossel, but another one of those actually really scary drives. With the bike, you saw what happened to Hossel on surveying with Rob Zalika. That happens to him on the bike, he's dead. This drive is no mercy.
Yes, and that actually happens pretty often, even in full game runs, when you are full speed, going full throttle, dodging traffic, and just one person like swerving into another lane at the last possible moment, and you are basically dead.
Yeah, it's really unforgiving. I myself countless of times died on this drive. I don't even want to recall. Yeah, another one in this long list of reasons why I hate this.
Home free. It's over.
Really interesting question from Galabo. Can Pac-Man switch RNG save Hossel at this point? Beach for Illuminati, God for Hossel. At this point, we
talked about this earlier. Right.
At this point, this is just not gonna
go. It makes the planes go faster.
Your operation causes problem for me.
I guess it's like an air resistance argument, if I recall correctly, or something around that. I never bothered trying to find out.
Yeah, it was actually the argument that above 900 feet, the air resistance is just so low that that you get less drag for the plane, and therefore it just flies quicker. It's just some weird mechanic again, just implemented into 5, and no one knows why.
Yeah, it seems a little bit silly, especially on like a set position, right? Because it is really those 900 feet, I guess it is.
It's a tough break. I never want to
don't know why, don't super care. We, as speedrunners, are not complaining. We take those.
My business
that is right, because everything that makes a run faster, we surely and gladly take that.
Exactly, like direct mode.
Oh no. Don't get me started on this.
You walked into my trap.
Don't get me started on direct mode, please.
Okay, we will skip this. It's fine, it's fine. Illuminati did manage to complete the flight without problems, as Hossel just now enters it, so we can take a look at the switch RNG. This could technically seal Hossel's fate already if he gets God Switch here.
Yeah. Let's see.
Oh no, this is Garage. This is still pretty decent.
That's
third best, I wanna say.
That's fine, actually. Yeah. It's somewhere in the middle.
Yeah, like a mediocre switch. But with that, I do believe we can very safely say that God Switch won't save Hossel. And
that is true.
A little bit problematic, as Illuminati now makes his way to my nemesis, and he's gonna set up a mission replay warp while we're at it. Do you want to explain what he's doing here and why he did this?
The mission replay warp is actually a fairly new invention in GTA 5 speedrunning. I think it was found in the beginning of this year or at the end of last year, somewhere around there.
Along that, yeah. It's roughly 6 months, most likely.
which is you open up the mission replay menu in your pause menu. Select a mission. Most likely that's gonna be pulling favors. And as you are in the confirmation screen, you just deselect it. You just type in, you just select a no, and that actually saves your position if you are in a vehicle. So, whenever you destroy a vehicle, like your last driven vehicle, and then save and load back into the game, you are going to be set back to that exact spot where you set up the mission replay warp. Basically a way to teleport around the map.
Yeah, exactly. It's a little bit of set teleportation, obviously very restricted. We did find many optimizations and improvements to the strat. We did find out, for example, that if you run with autosaves, which I do hope both runners do, not sure, then you don't actually need to destroy your vehicle if you'll just load the autosave immediately. That being the, I guess, newer iteration of the strat. We did find that you can also make it work on foot, so if you have a mission replay warp set up on foot and then load it, you will load to the safe house that you have set up, basically like a save warp. There's many cool things. There's even stuff with OMO that we don't even need to address really here, as this is obviously all run in no OMO. It's a very cool strat, as I also see Hossel set up the replay warp now, making his way to Pac-Man.
That is right, and he did
trigger the mission.
Okay, but usually isn't that yellow dot supposed to stop you?
That is a very good point, because the way this yellow dot actually works is that it only stops you when you have all of your wheels on the ground. So if you lift off with one wheel or more, as long as one still touches the ground and you trigger it, you will not get stopped by the yellow dot, fly through it, and it does save a little bit of time. Although you can, and Hossel did prove that, I believe a few days ago, even on stream, that you can also really send Franklin flying there and end up losing more time than if you just stop properly.
That's right, that is right. In typical Hossel fashion, he would usually go flying. Maybe we will see. Maybe we'll see that on the fresh meat, right? Let's see, because he will definitely abuse the hell out of the brake boosts and gain so massive speed that he can't control himself anymore and probably fly out the windshield and die.
Yeah, exactly. I can envision it. I just need to close my eyes. The way that Hossel will start looking down, like top-down view on this car to get more FPS, cannot see the upcoming traffic or anything that's in his way, gets these insane powered brake boosts, 400 kilometers an hour, and just smashes into a pole. I can envision it. It's so easy.
So, Storm, about the wiggle boosting, which is basically one of the only spots where we still do wiggle boosting. We do it in 3 spots actually.
Mini-sub too, yeah.
Yeah, exactly, mini-sub. Then we have the crate section on scouting with the handler and Pac-Man still. Wiggle boosting, shortly explained, is just doing basically curb boosts over and over again by leaning the car from left to right and steering it really quickly. Usually you do that with trucks. Basically, many big vehicles are there where it works on. Not all of them, which is interesting again, but seeing as we are restricted to this one truck here, means we can abuse them. So we gain a lot more speed, and by gaining a lot more speed, obviously we are faster at the endpoint.
Exactly. Also, maybe interesting to mention, because I don't think this was mentioned this tournament yet, is that we actually take an alternative route as 5 gifted subs by Simple Times. Thanks a lot, kind sir. Going back to this, we do take an alternative route as we actually approach the drop-off point from the, east, going on the east highway, so the west one that the game wants us to take. Taking this small route into the sewer and then just wiggling our way up the highway as illuminati sends the cop car, I believe it was. Actually, no, it wasn't. It was a normal car. Flying. I'm not sure how he did that. But yeah, approaching the drop-off point from the other direction. Saving us a little bit of time, but also as a consequence, mission failing here will put us on the other side of the map.
That is right, because the checkpoint is set up in a way where we are expected to drive the other way.
Exactly, yeah, they didn't account for us doing stupid shit like that.
Did I just see on Illuminati's end bikers being aggressive towards him?
Yeah, I'm
and just
pretty sure.
shooting him?
Very, very good one. I believe he actually still has a trigger on him, yeah. Obviously the section where you try and take out the cops with the JB700. I learned my lesson. I believe Maggie was the one who taught me the easy way to remember the name of this car using the James Bond reference. Where you just like, use these, I guess, spikes to, take out the cop cars. And that can be very sketchy. If you don't catch them, take them out in time, you do mission fail for leading the cops to the drop-off point, and then, before mentioned, set back to the other side of the map.
Also really, really interesting to see from a settings perspective on this drive is if the person running just has mouse steering enabled, because whenever you have mouse steering enabled, you are definitely going to crash. Pressing left click triggers the gun, first of all, for shooting with the JB700, and it also triggers the mouse steering, which means whenever you shoot and you just move your mouse just a tiny bit, and you just want to look around, right? You are absolutely going into the wall.
Yeah, it is atrocious, and for that mission alone, people just say leave that shit setting off. I never saw, the point really to it in the first place, but people have preferences. Some people are weird, but yeah, for this section in particular, big no-no.
Exactly. Only thing that I just noticed, like, I think a few days prior, is that hossel actually has it enabled.
Yeah, I do not know. People have preferences, as I said, and so be it. As we see Illuminati drop into the into the tunnel, this is what I wanted to make a prophecy would happen to hossel, but Illuminati proves that he can also be a little content machine. Should not be of bother to him. He is significantly ahead, over a minute. I'm more like 1.5 even, actually.
Yeah, that shouldn't trouble him.
I think he got out of the fresh meat driving cutscene where you kept your FPS for at 43.50. So yeah, that should maybe even be closer to 2 minutes than 1. Needs to be pretty major fuck up here too for anything to happen.
I'm pretty disappointed that the match turned out to not be as exciting from like a neck and neck perspective, the runners being super close together, because from the PBs alone, I mean, it makes sense that it's 1.5 to 2 minutes, right? But did we really expect that in the actual race?
I do believe we can also safely say that this PB is way under hossel's potential. We all know him. All the content and funny stuff aside, he is a very, very solid runner, and I do believe he would have no problem beating this PB in general, but even in the tournament environment. But obviously the surveying thing, just one split second of not really being that careful, or not paying full attention, and immediately preparing for liftoff, it looks like. 1 second, no attention, or just a little bit less, and you're screwed immediately. And that is really the deciding thing about this game, and it hurts because we were robbed of a really, really good one. As Marcus once again with 2 gifted subs, thanks a lot. Yeah, it's a shame. So Illuminati managed to get through the shootout very cleanly and is now on his way back.
I think that Illuminati definitely has that, as hossel just mission fails, has Franklin dies. That is an interesting way to fail.
Yeah,
Did you just get rapid fired or something? I don't know.
I assume so. Like, I actually don't think I've ever seen that before. Or if I did, I just blocked it away from my memory. But yeah, very, very unique one. As the game's like to us, so you know what? Now, fuck off.
Yeah. He must be furious whenever he comes back.
Yeah, although I do expect at that point he's almost laughing at that very last incident at least. But yeah, the surveying one. I do that so much.
Driving in the rain with the Felzer. Really bad.
Yeah, Felzer is one of my favorite cars in this game, I think. I really like the handling of it. But, well, rain is never fun, and this car, you know, is no exception to that. Still fairly clean in the shootout, I guess. Taking out the people.
And
get very close to the end,
we
actually.
now have a winner.
And for Illuminati. GG's first of all, obviously well deserved. Like all the unfortunate things that Hossel had happened to him, 47-49. If we put all of that aside, it is just unfortunate what happened to Illuminati. To Hossel, we can say that, but Illuminati did super well here, and we should not pay too much attention to basically feeling sorry for Hossel for what happened, because at the end of the day, Illuminati had a very solid run, and he absolutely deserves this win. And we shall drag him in, shall we?
We should.
Quickly, there we go. Hello.
That it? We clear? Yeah, man.
I don't hear.
Yeah, sorry.
There we go. Alrighty. I was gonna say, cannot leave me on my very enthusiastic hello. GG's. You won. I don't think this is a surprise now, looking at Hossel still being in call. He's just now on the final drive. Was a very good game, honestly. I don't know if you paid even remotely attention to the stream. Hossel did lose like a minute or so on surveying because he didn't actually trigger the checkpoint for Michael, and then blew up the helicopter and got set back all the way to the beginning.
Alright, yeah.
A very, very painful one. Now once again crashing out, but gonna have time soon. Tech is gonna be ready. So yeah, GG's to Illuminati first of all. You do advance to the 2-0 bracket. And any thoughts on the game, maybe?
Yeah, that was kind of rough. I failed that strat at the start of surveying. That was like 25 seconds. But the RNG was fine.
Yeah, you were actually fairly even, I believe, on RNG. It was initially the first one for Hossel, actually, who we have in here now too. The garage switch on Hang 10. That was the first time. By that point, you were super close, really neck and neck. But then, yeah, Hossel, any comments on the surveying bit?
Absolutely fucking tragic. If not for that, I would have won. I am not even angry, just like I kind of expected for something stupid to happen, but for that specific thing to happen, I don't think I've even ever seen that. And then via mission failed and then the helicopter, that was also questionable. Like, I swear. Yeah, GG, nothing. It was a good game.
Yeah, GG's. I think on that, I actually set up a hospital warp on that mission. I realised.
Hossel also hospital warped there.
I realised and blew Trevor up because I didn't know what would have happened if not for that.
Yeah. Especially towards surveying, like you were super neck and neck, and then just on surveying, both of you just kind of fell apart both runs. But considering that both of you still did pretty well, not even that far away from either PB to an extent where a God switch maybe and slightly better gameplay would have granted you one here on SSS2.
I'd be happy with that in a classic percent any day.
Yeah. I did give the chance to Illuminati. Hossel, do you have anything else to say about the run to your opponent? Anything?
Buy merch. It's good. That's it.
That is neither to your opponent. I guess it could be to your opponent, but also not about the run.
Nari, have you bought merch yet, Mr. Illuminati?
Not yet. Not yet.
Not yet. So you will, is what you're saying.
We'll see, yeah.
Yeah, it's good shit, good shit. Actually, might as well mention that the shop has migrated to 4th wall, and that actually has much higher quality than the first batch of stuff. So even if you have bought something already, you might as well want to check out the store again, because they are cheaper now and higher quality. And they ship from closer places because they have more depots. So you can even save some stuff on shipping. But yeah, I think that's all that I wanted to say. And with that, we can close out day one, huh?